Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about the upcoming full moon, which is coming up at the December 18th. This will be the last full moon of the year, and it is coming up in the zodiac sign of Gemini. So this full moon is all about letting go, and it's all about those major changes that we can do about ourselves for the end of this year. And because the whole December, if you've been watching my video about December's energy update, in that video we've been talking a lot about the shifts, the changes that are happening in December. So the whole month is bringing us those powerful energies of changes. So write in the comments if you can sense anything. Write if you feel kinda an urge to make certain changes in your life. So what I felt recently is that for some time I felt that I need a bigger change. When it comes to my work, to my creative process, I need a change because currently we are living at a place where we truly love the place where we are living in, but our home is not so supportive for the work that I'm doing. So we decided to move to a new place. So we wrote everything down on a piece of paper. We wrote everything that we want to have at the new place, which will be more supportive for my work, for our work, me and Maya. And a few days later we found a new place which has actually exactly the same things that we've been writing down, reading them, acknowledging them, thinking about them, and it happened. So we've been talking with the owner of that new place and we got it. We just need to sign the contract and all of that. So that was for us the biggest change that we needed to do. We are moving at the beginning of the next year, but the change has started right now. So when it comes to the changes, we need to take actions immediately. Many people are waiting that things around them will change so they can feel differently, right? So many people say, well, I don't feel differently. Maybe those energy shifts are happening, but I'm feeling the same. It's because deep inside our hearts, firstly we need to learn to listen to our hearts, listen to our intuition. And then we need to follow the guidance. We need to hear it, what our bodies are telling to us, what our inner intelligence is telling to us. And we need to do something about it. Because our hearts are like, as long as we are listening them, they will be speaking to us. If we stop listening them, they will stop speaking to us because our heart don't want suffering, right? And it is suffering if it is speaking, but we are not hearing it. So it will stop speaking to you if you are not paying attention to it. And the best way truly to follow our hearts, to listening our hearts, is meditation, because we calm down our analytical, critical mind and we connect back with our ancient intelligence. So this full moon is all about listening that internal voice, because it is actually encouraging us to make certain changes which can be beneficial for us. So the Gemini, the zodiac sign of Gemini, is representing two sides of us, right? We all have a light side, right? A good side, a positive side. And we also have that shadow side. So the Gemini is reminding us to embrace both, because everybody wants to shine in that beautiful light, but when it comes to shadows, we all want to get back to light, right? So we are kinda denying and running away from the shadows and ignoring them until they become so loud that we can't escape them anymore. That's where the suffering begins. So the Gemini is reminding us to embrace the shadows. Go into them. What is bothering you? What are you still holding on from the past that you think you can't let go of? What are are the belief patterns which you think you can't let go of? What are the attachments that you have that you think you can't let go of? The truth is that when we embrace our shadows, we become more honest, we become kinder, we become more positive, we become better versions of ourselves. And there's many different ways to embrace our shadows. For me, the easiest way is to write down what I'm still ignoring about myself. What are the negative patterns, habits, or toxic habits, or beliefs that I'm still holding on within me. And I write them down, and then I ask myself, how can I make it better? How can I change it? For what can I change it? How can I become even more honest with myself? Right? All those things. So that's what the Gemini is bringing to us. An energy which can help you to embrace both sides of yourself, so you can know yourself better. It's all about knowing and understanding ourselves. So never be afraid to go into your deepest pain, because you will see that it's not really painful. When we step into pain, we actually recognize how much pain is actually an illusion. I'm not talking about the physical pain, I'm talking about that emotional pain, or mental pain, or a fear. When we are afraid of certain changes, we are afraid because we think that if we will go deep into it, it will become stronger, but actually what we experience is a release of that energy which was actually blocking us. Then if we go a little bit into numerology, this is so interesting. The 18th of December, 1 plus 8 is 9. And what 9 is representing? 9 is representing an energy of deep feeling, an empathy. So also from numerologic perspective, it is connecting us with deep feeling, with sensing what is not serving us anymore, what we should let go, and what are the good sides of us, the good potentials. Are we following our greatest potentials? Are we empowering ourselves? Are we truly doing what we love? Following our feelings, sensing our feelings. Through feelings, our heart is expressing itself. So when we learn to follow our feelings, we actually learn to follow the voice of our inner intelligence. And more we are practicing that listening, that internal listening, better we get at it. And it is truly helping us when we get to some certain moments where we feel it's hard to decide something. Our heart already knows the answer, so we just need to learn to follow it, to listen to it. And this is an incredible moment right now, because soon after that we will have the 21st of December, the winter solstice. And that's the day of the huge changes. The rebirth, the process of rebirth, where we are stepping into the new concepts or new stages of ourselves. What is a new stage of ourselves? What is the new stage of ourselves? It's the point where we become a new self. So at this point it's really important to know who we want to become. And once we know who we want to become, we also need to realize what is holding us back so we can't become it yet. What is holding us back so we can't become that new self? That's where we recognize certain fears, certain beliefs, certain ideas, certain attachments, and so on. So when it comes to that, for example, I could say, well, my English is not my main language, so I can never express myself on YouTube. I could say that in the past, so that could be my block in order to follow my greatest passions, my greatest potentials. But I started anyway. I started and I noticed that my English is evolving. I'm getting better at it. My first videos were not so good. I was making many mistakes in my language and also other things. I was not so comfortable and you know, I had many fears of being judged and like many different fears. But I was following that inner guidance, which was always telling to me like, keep up, you will become better at it, just keep up. You will evolve, you will learn more about yourself, you will find where you are better and what you need to improve, you know. That's again the shadow work, what parts of yourself you need to improve about yourself so you can become better. And that's the process of change. If we believe into the vision of who we want to become, we will become it. But we need to be ready to embrace the shadows, to embrace the like the challenges that we're walking through. Those challenges don't need to be hard. Those are not hard challenges if we are willingly walking with faith, with bravery, and with that inner knowingness. So the times right now are truly supporting you to give that birth to a new you, to a greater you, a changed you. And if you feel that it's hard, it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't need to be hard, but it doesn't need to be easy as well. Some changes are hard at the beginning, but once we get better at them, they become easier. So everything is hard at the beginning until it becomes easy, right? Even painting for me at the beginning, I had a strong vision for many different paintings. And I wanted to learn to paint because I wanted to express those visions. But it took me a long time to learn to paint. But because I had that vision, I had like a great passion, a great level of passion, and I had purpose because I knew why I want to bring it to the canvas and eventually to people, why I want to put it out. I had a purpose, so I was driven by it. And we need to find what is the purpose behind why we are doing what we are doing. We need to know our why we want to change, why we want to evolve. Many people are feeling victimized right now. So once we find out why we feel victimized, we feel that the sensors are really weird. I feel a victim because somebody said something to me, maybe because what is happening on the world, maybe because it's hard to pay my bills, and those are reasonable answers, but it doesn't need to stay that way. Maybe your present situation right now is that way, but it doesn't need to stay that way. You can always dream about something greater. Don't let to stay a victim, because you have the capacity to dream, you have the capacity to follow your dreams, and you have the capacity to manifest your dreams. And it doesn't mean that you need to dream right now of being a millionaire or being somebody who is traveling through space or whatever. Start small. Ask yourself, what are you truly passionate about? What are your gifts, your talents, which can make your life more meaningful? Which can bring more joy, more happiness, more love, more harmony into your life? Ask yourself, maybe when you were a kid, you knew what brought you those great emotions of happiness, joy, blissfulness, harmony into your life. And think about at what point you stopped doing that. Many times it was school. Many times our parents said to us that we need to study to become somebody, and we've stopped developing our natural gifts and talents. Right now is a point in time where we need to get back to that inner child which is waiting us. That's actually that inner consciousness, the higher self, which is waiting your consciousness to emerge into a unity. That's where we get stronger. That's where we start following our internal guidance, and we embrace that. We embrace the challenges, we embrace the shadows, so our light can become stronger, so our lives becomes more natural, so it becomes more like easier to make changes. I can tell you, at the beginning when I started learning about the reality, the power of manifestation, the law of attraction and all of that, it took me a long time to manifest something. But now it is getting really easy. Like I said before, probably a few weeks ago, we wrote on a piece of paper what kind of home we want for the next home. And it took us probably 2 weeks, something like that, or maybe 2 weeks and a half. The place appeared and it was exactly how we wanted it to be. So once we manifest a small thing, start small, you will see that it is working. And then we ask ourselves, what have I done that it happened? And we repeat it. And through some time, we learn what we did, and it becomes easier to apply the next time. We apply the next time, and sometimes it will work, sometimes it will not work. But when it's not working, we again can ask ourselves what we did wrong. Maybe I was wanting the outcome too bad, maybe I was too attached to the outcome. So life is teaching me do not be attached. Enjoy your life, dream about the future, but enjoy your life in the present moment. You know, life is always teaching us if we are open for the lessons. Life is always teaching us if we are open for the lessons. So always be that great observer who is not judging good and bad, but seeing everything as part of the wholeness. Everything is a school, and we are the students of life. So once again, right now we are at that stage where we need to decide who we want to become and what is blocking us in order to become that version of ourselves. Once we recognize what is blocking us, maybe those are certain ideas, my parents are blocking me, my neighbors are blocking me, whatever, go deeper into it. Why your parents are blocking you? Are there certain words they're using that you feel like they don't want you to win, or they don't want you to experience those changes? Maybe you will find out that it's not your parents, it's your fear that they will not like you anymore. Or, you know, we can experience many different things after that. But always remember why you are doing that at the first place. Why you are doing that. Why you want to change. Why you want to upgrade your life. Why you want to become a more loving person. Why you want to live life of abundance or whatever. Why you want that. To see what is driving you. What is motivating you. What is inspiring you. I wanted to do what I'm doing because I'm enjoying that, and I can see that I can help some people. I'm inspired by that. I'm inspired when I see that some people can be maybe uplifted because of my work. That's inspiring me, so I'm doing more of that. But you will need to find your why you want to do what you're doing, and right now is the perfect time to find that out. So this is it for today, my friends. I'm sending you all love, blessings, and lots of power. Have a beautiful day and see you soon. One love.